is made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you. With major funding from the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, helping to build a more just world. And additional funding from the Park Foundation, committed to raising public awareness.
Tonight on Frontline,
Iran's active pursuit of weapons threatens the security of nations everywhere.
diplomacy,
We squandered 5 years of time.
Every day when there is a problem, the American has got a finger in it.
or military action.
Threatens the Middle East.
Many of the people who argued to take the United States into Iraq are again beating the war drums.
Is Iran next?
It would be the worst of all worlds for an outgoing administration to start a conflict.
We will confront this danger before it is too late.
Tonight on Frontline, Showdown with Iran. The USS Nimitz on patrol off Iran. America has dominated these waters for 50 years, ensuring the free flow of oil through the Persian Gulf. But to the east, Iran is rising.
There's a combattante, Iranian patrol vessel, who is surveilling their areas adjacent to their territorial waters, and he has positioned himself about 10 miles away. He carries weapon systems that are a threat to the aircraft carrier.
This year, Iran staged one of its largest military exercises ever, demanding its place on the world stage.
Iran is a regional power. We can be the strongest in the Persian Gulf. The United States doesn't like this. It wants to see Iran weakened. It wants us to take orders from them.
Iran wants to extend its influence across the Middle East. The Bush administration says, not on its watch.
We're sending clear messages to friends and adversaries alike. We'll keep the sea lanes open. And we'll stand with others to prevent Iran from gaining nuclear weapons and dominating this region.
2 days after Cheney's visit, Iran's president visited American allies in the Gulf and called on the U.S. to pack up and go home.
Iran and the U.S. are now locked in a very dangerous game of each trying to appear harder than the other side and get the other side to blink first. But there is a threshold when this kind of an indirect game of cat and mouse will become an outright direct confrontation.
Late this summer, Frontline traveled to Iran to learn the roots of the regime's new confidence and how it has found itself on a collision course with the Bush administration. Outside Friday prayers in downtown Tehran, a possible war with America was on everyone's minds.
ما امروز در موقعیت هستیم که قوی تر از دیروز هستیم. اون روزی که به ما حمله شد هیچی نداشتیم.
Inside, this week's official sermon, delivered by a leading Ayatollah, was about America and Iraq.
پول و زور و دلار هستید و هر چی اینجا بمونید وضعتون منفورتر میشه، مردم دنیا از شما بیزارتر میشن و آخرش هم با سرشکستگی باید عراق رو ترکش کنید.
That day, the same sermon was read in every town across the country. Anti-Americanism is one of the regime's founding principles. It's turned the former U.S. Embassy, where the hostages were seized back in 1979, into a kind of museum of grievance, recounting decades of U.S. meddling in Iran's affairs. In the main stairwell, a mural depicts the latest perceived grievance: America's actions in the Middle East since 9/11. The mural begins with Hollywood, run by Jews, who controlled bin Laden, who worked with George Bush to attack America.
Do you know any American or any Israeli who have been killed here in these buildings? The information that they have got is no American and no Jew were inside. If you have any information...
It's a conspiracy theory Iran's current hardline government seems to encourage.
There were thousands of Americans inside.
But on 9/11 itself, Iran's reaction to the news was very different.
Oh my God, that just exploded.
That looks like a second plane. I think for the first couple of hours, everyone was in a state of shock, not knowing what was going on exactly. I mean, America was our enemy.
Mohammad Ali Abtahi was Iran's vice president.
But then, just a few hours later, President Khatami issued a statement condemning the attacks. It was a very important move for Iran.
In North Tehran, thousands took to the streets to express sympathy with America. More importantly, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, also spoke out against the attacks.
دست جمعی در هیروشیما و ناکازاکی باشه، در بوسنی و کوزوو باشه، یا در نیویورک و واشنگتن باشه.
And that week at Friday prayers, the ritual Death to America chants were dropped for the first time since the revolution.
For Iran's leaders, it's important to have enemies. The reformists made great attempts to ban slogans that insulted the American people.
Abtahi and the president, Mohammad Khatami, were leaders of Iran's reform movement, hoping to improve ties with America.
Suspending the Death to America chants was a political decision made at the highest level.